Hey everybody, we are back. We are live. It's been a while. Actually, it's been a long while. But we are back. We are here for the Mandalorian watch party and after show presented by Tascam. Yes.
Woo!
Tascam, who are supplying our Model 12 mixer right now, making us sound better than what we did before, hopefully. If not, well then what can we do? Uh but yes, as you know, I'm Mike Sandoval from MUSE TV. And over here to my right.
Once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F3. I am Jeffrey Harris, tomato meter approved critic, Collider features writer, 411 Mania staff writer, and welcome back. The hiatus is over, folks. The MUSE TV watch party is back, so everyone can relax tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun with the season 3 premiere of The Mandalorian.
Yeah. But
How are
before
you
we
feeling,
start,
Mike?
but before we start,
Yeah.
Collider writer now?
I'm I write features for Collider.
Whoa, damn.
Features writer.
When did this happen?
It's a recent development. So
How recent?
very recent, like December.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I
sorry to say
actually
that, but dude, congratulations on that.
thank you, thank you. So yeah, you can go on Collider and read some of my features right now. And features are like editorial columns. So yeah,
Yeah. I know what features are.
yeah, it's a recent development, but yeah, thank you. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
just
Very cool.
you know, uh, respect the grind, respect the hustle. You know all about that, Mike. You know.
Yeah, too well. Too well.
I hope everyone's safe out there tonight. Because how about the weather, man? In Southern California, it is raining, cats and dogs. It cleared up most of the day, but when I was driving home from work, it was that flash flood type weather again. So be safe driving out there if you're in the SoCal area.
I don't know. When I left the Muse TV offices, it wasn't too bad.
It was bad when I was driving home from Glendale tonight.
Yeah.
It seems to have cleared up now, but like
Mhm.
it's weird. Like sometimes we get weird like sometimes when it rains, it really rains hard here, you know?
Yeah. Like they say, it never rains in Southern California. That's a bunch of BS. It does. And when it does, you get a good
It
rain.
yeah. Did we get any snow at all over the weekend? Cuz
Yes, we
people were
did.
talking about snow.
Yes, we did.
That I missed.
When you drive to the Muse TV offices now, yeah, that's blanketed in the mountains. It's white, literally about a quarter from the top.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
It's rare out here too, but it does happen from time to time. Okay, so tonight is season 3 of Mandalorian. So
Yes.
here we are. It's not March yet. We're still in February. We're in the final minutes of February 2023.
Hmm.
We left off the Mandalorian in when was it? Season 2 ended 2020, right? Was it
Right. And then we
December?
had the Book of Boba Fett,
Then we
which was
had the
kind of
Book of
like
Boba Fett in
2021.
December 2021, early 2022, right?
Hmm.
And that was kind of like a transition over to this season. Um, I don't think here is my to go back to the Book of Boba Fett. I liked the Book of Boba Fett. I get what people did not like about the show, but my issue was I won't say they sabotage the show, but I think they undermine the show by putting so much Mandalorian material in the back half.
Hmm.
Because one, that was material I feel like they should have saved for season 3. And I think it also kind of undermined the fact that this is like the chance to finally tell a Boba Fett story that we've really been waiting for almost 40 years, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
like it wasn't supposed to be Dean Djarin's story, and I think they kind of spent too much time leaning into those loose threads that where they left off season 2. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I was
Oh yeah.
kind of hoping we would see all that material, like reuniting with the armor, you know, asking the armor about Bo Katan Kryze and all that. I was kind of hoping all that, and reuniting with Grogu and all that. I was kind of hoping all that would happen in season 3. And now they've already got that underway. But what do you think?
Well, I agree. The Book of Boba Fett was like the Mandalorian 2.5.
Yeah,
That's what
basically.
it was. Um, Even though it had Boba Fett's story, let's be honest, a good chunk of it was Din Djarin's story with Boba Fett.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to do that much though. I think all they needed to do was just have like, contact uh Mando for help. He shows up, he helps out with the final battle, and then sets up for where he's going to go next, and he's going to look for his comrades, and he's maybe going to try to visit Grogu again.
Yeah.
Like, like a guest star. We didn't need like a whole like a character arc for Mandalorian, and I think they just did too much.
Hmm.
Um because all that material was great, but I'm like, man, this is not feeling like Book of Boba Fett anymore.
Yeah, it
Um,
really did feel like that. What was it, halfway? It started feeling like that?
well, because they really spent 2 episodes doing mostly Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah.
It's Rotten Tomatoes Book of what was I'm trying to look at what the critical reception was. So Book of Boba Fett ended with 66% on Rotten Tomatoes. So,
Hmm.
you know, um I think it was a better show than that.
Yeah.
But whatever. And in between that, we also had Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I thought was fine. I like Kenobi. It wasn't perfect, but I mean, I think it did its job.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it got better as it went along. And then we also had Andor, which was great,
Oh yeah.
and the critical
Definitely.
reception for Andor was great. Andor was not perfect either.
Mm-mm.
But I think they had a lot of time to really tell that story and really just sort of lean into Cassian Andor's journey. Great production values, great costuming, great sets, great acting. Andy Serkis, uh, man, one of Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is like such an underrated talent.
Oh yeah,
You
he
know,
is. He really is.
unbelievable. And Andy Serkis has he's also a filmmaker now, but
Hmm.
he's largely known for Gollum and doing a lot of characters with CGI and motion capture. There was none of that in Andor, and man, I was blown away by his performance. Just a minor character in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but he did make an impact on the show,
Yeah.
though. That's for sure. He did make an impact.
Man, look at Pedro Pascal right now. Pedro Pascal is undeniably one of the hottest talents on the planet, and I think you would
Oh
agree
yeah. Oh hell yeah. With
because he's
Last of
got
Us.
The Last of Us, which is the Last of Us got renewed by HBO before the third episode even aired.
Yeah.
Uh, the show is a juggernaut. It's a phenomenon. And just after a few episodes, it's doing great.
Hmm.
Um, Pedro Pascal's career, he started doing lots of just TV one-offs. Going back to the late '90s, he did like NYPD Blue, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Nurse Jackie. He really had to work his way up until he got Oberyn Martell on Game of Thrones, and that was really his kind of breakout role.
Yep.
And then from there, he started getting more movie roles, and then uh, he got the Kingsman sequel, and what else did he do? He did Wonder Woman, and then he got the Mandalorian, and now he's got Last of Us. Man, he's just hitting home runs, one right after another. What do you think of Pedro Pascal right now?
Oh, he's hot. He's on fire right now. I mean, come on. Last of Us has been. I've been hooked to that show since episode one. It is so good. So good. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like now as he's moving forward into this series. I wonder what the hype is going to be like, especially for people who did not see The Mandalorian,
Hmm.
who caught him on Last of Us,
Hmm.
or even caught him on Saturday Night Live, and see if it brings in a new audience to the show.
I think The Last of Us has like since it's becoming like a prestige show now. I think it's going to finally give him that award consideration he hasn't really been getting before. You
Yeah,
know,
that's true. That's definitely true. I think he is going to get looked at, and he's going to be looked at really highly now for awards and
just
certain.
because I mean he was getting interest before with Mandalorian and Game of Thrones and what have you, but The Last of Us, like the support he's getting for the show is it's unlike anything.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
The Mandalorian was huge, but Last of Us I think might be even bigger
Yeah,
because
that's a good point.
and I think it's because it's on HBO
Hmm.
because more people more people probably watch and also probably pirate HBO than and The Last of Us and The Mandalorian, I would
Yeah,
assume.
and also it needs to, with HBO, it reaches a larger age group, so it's like you're getting more
Yeah,
than just
I'd have to
streamers.
look at the metrics, but I mean you have because The Last of Us it's on the linear HBO network too, besides HBO Max, is it not?
Right, it's on
Right,
the cable version as well.
right. So and his commitment to Last of Us won't be it'll be limited because he'll probably be in this season and he'll probably be in the next season. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it does seem to be
yeah.
following the video game very closely.
Apparently, they're gonna adapt the and they're only two games.
Hmm.
I think there might be some expansion material, but if they do that, I can't see it going more than like 2 or 3 seasons
Yeah,
max.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like 3 seasons. If it
Now,
does go five, I'll be shocked.
one thing I wrote about on Collider with Andor was the 2 season model.
Hmm.
Um, like with the Mandalorian, we're already past that. And John Favreau, he's already talked about season 4. But
Right.
what do you think of the 2 season model for Andor, where they're just doing what is it, 24 episodes? They're
Hmm.
doing 2 seasons, like 12 episodes each, right?
Hmm. Right.
What do you think of that? And do you think maybe other shows should maybe, you know, let's try like a maxi series,
Hmm.
not a mini series, a maxi series with like, okay, 2 seasons, this amount of episodes, but then the story's done. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's a good idea. I think it's something that because you could focus on just one thing and done. Because not every story needs a long season to be told. So
And
I
that's
think you can
kind of
do,
the yeah,
and I
that's kind of the temptation though.
yeah, yeah, and I think that's where you could get side stories off of that and make it something where it's a 24 episode series, 2 seasons. You could tell the whole thing and
And
go
I
from there.
mean, I think the showrunner of Andor, Tony Gilroy, even said, I think he even basically said how the series is going to end with him.
Hmm.
I think it's going to end with him like riding out to meet Jyn Erso
Right,
from that from when they first meet in Rogue One.
right.
So we already know the end point for the show, and the show is so bleak and so dark. I have a feeling that a lot of the characters in the show are going to be dead before it's over.
Well, yeah, it's
Other than Andor and K2SO, who
mhm,
we still haven't met yet.
yeah. Well, it's pretty obvious that that's what's gonna occur.
How do you think the Disney and Lucasfilm have marketed season 3 so far of Mandalorian? Because we've gotten a couple trailers, we've gotten some footage and some TV spots. How do you think it's looking so far?
I think they're doing a good job.
Okay.
They're keeping it very tight lipped. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we saw at Star Wars Celebration and D23 is
Hmm.
pretty much the same thing that we're been seeing in the ads. We haven't seen really much that is new.
So I mean, we do know we're gonna see more Mandalorians. It looks like we're gonna revisit Moff Gideon and what happened to him after he got apprehended
Hmm.
at the end of season 2. And it looks like that clone scientist from season 2 is also back.
Hmm.
And I think we're also going to be going to We're going to be going to Coruscant. Um, we know that Bo Katan and her commandos are going to be back.
Hmm.
Um, he is back with Grogu, so we're already aware of that. And we also know we have the Ahsoka series coming up.
Yep.
I think that's coming out later this year. It doesn't have
Yes.
it doesn't have a release date yet. Um, so there's possibility we can reconnect with some of that and maybe set up where we're going to be seeing Ahsoka later as well.
Right. Right. Do you think in this series it's going to be a lead up to Ahsoka?
Like, do you mean like how Book of Boba Fett was a lead up to season 3 of Mandalorian kind of thing?
Like maybe like a quick appearance, and maybe we know who the villain will be in
I
Ahsoka.
think ideally, if we see Ahsoka and if we see
Mhm,
Sabine, who's supposed to be in the Ahsoka series,
mhm.
and let's say we see Harrison Dula, I think we should see them in like a guest appearance similar to the way we saw Ahsoka in season 2.
Right.
To kind of just say,
Well,
"Hey, here are these characters. And you can see more of them later in their show," kind
yeah.
of thing.
Well, you kind of know what I'm getting at, right?
No,
The possibility of a Grand Admiral Thrawn appearance, hopefully.
I need to see. I mean, they hinted at Thrawn in season 2. I need to, you know, I'm hoping it'll be Lars Mikkelsen playing the character in live
Hmm.
action. Um, I don't want I don't feel like anyone else should play him in live action other than Lars Mikkelsen. Um,
What about Jude Law? He's been in a lot
Jude
of
Law's
Disney
in
Plus series.
Jude Law's in Skeleton Crew already.
Hmm.
It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Oh, I know.
Absolutely no sense.
I'm just saying because he's been like he's in Peter Pan and Wendy, Skeleton Crew now.
Do we really need another live action Peter Pan movie? I mean, seriously.
Not really,
It's
but
like what is it with Hollywood and Peter Pan? It's like every decade we have to have like some new Peter Pan live action thing. What
hmm
is it about that?
oh, I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
We had Hook in the 90s.
Hmm.
Then there was that 2003 one with Jason Isaacs, right? That bombed.
Yeah, which was terrible.
And then we had another one with Hugh Jackman as
Hmm.
not as Captain Hook, but like as the predecessor of Captain Hook, right? And
Hmm.
then
Yeah.
I think Garrett Hedlund was I think Captain Hook, right?
Hmm.
And then I think who who was that girl with the dragon tattoo actress?
Oh, I forgot her name, but I know who you're talking about.
Isn't she married to Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes, I think so.
Rooney Mara as
Yeah.
Tiger Lily. Remember that there was
Hmm.
that one
Yeah.
came out. That one came out. Was it? I feel like it was 10 years ago.
Hmm.
When was that? When did that movie come out?
I don't even remember. That tells you that I saw it. That's
When was this? Peter and Wendy. Okay. No. Okay, it was 2015.
hmm
So here we are, like almost 8 years later. We have another live action Peter Pan movie from Disney, and it's Jude Law, and now it's Jude Law as Captain.
Well,
What is it? Why do we have to go through this like every 10 years?
mm,
Every decade, we have to have some new thing
but
with Peter Pan.
This is a Disney version
Meh.
though.
Yeah, meh, meh. I say.
Hey, you know how it is in Hollywood.
But yeah, Rooney Mara. They cast Rooney Mara as Tiger Lily, and it got a lot of ridicule at the
Yeah,
time. Her casting.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Mhm.
Jude Law, I don't think should play Thrawn.
Oh no, he should not. He should not. Especially since Skeleton Crew is coming out. When is Skeleton Crew coming out? Is it this year or next year?
I don't think they've said yet, but
Yeah.
they've started work. They've clearly started working on it
Hmm.
because we saw set photos. We saw some stills at D23,
Right.
and that was in September.
Hmm.
Let's see. I'm looking up the information from Disney. 2023. That's all we know about,
Yeah.
and these dates are subject to change.
Hmm.
So
Look at
who
the
knows?
Marvels. Look at Marvel. They're changing a lot of the
Yeah,
dates.
yeah, because the Marvels got pushed back to November.
Hmm.
Super Mario Brothers, the movie for Universal, that got moved up 3 weeks
Hmm. Like
in April.
like I say, everything is a date may be announced, but it's always subject
It's
to
a place.
change.
It's a placeholder. The
Yeah,
dates
exactly.
are placeholder.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. So, and today, well, you didn't get a screener beforehand for the Mandalorian because I know I didn't.
I got no screeners. We got now. Normally, we've gotten screeners for Disney Plus and Star Wars shows. We got them for She-Hulk. We got them for Moon Knight. We got them for Miss
Andor.
Marvel. We got them for Andor. We got them
Hmm.
for Obi-Wan Kenobi. We normally do not get them for the Jon Favreau shows, which are
Hmm.
Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian. They don't do review screeners for those shows, which
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to, prevent spoiler leaks kind of thing.
Hmm.
There
Yep.
were some leaks. I think there were some leaks from some unauthorized screener access. Remember that controversy for Andor? There was a bit of
Yep.
that. I'm
There
not going to
was.
name names, but that was going around, wasn't it?
Hmm. Yep. It was going around.
So,
It
um,
wasn't from us, which is
it wasn't
always the
from
good
us.
plus.
We
It's
were we
never
were
from us.
we were granted review
Hmm.
screener at we were granted review screeners.
Yep.
Um,
But yeah, we
and
still
we
were
didn't
in.
and we didn't we didn't break the rules.
Yeah. And yet we're still not invited to the premiere.
I mean,
I
you
don't care.
gotta.
You know what? It's like I don't care. I got invited to the Andor
I need to
premiere.
get
I'm
it.
so
I need to
ready
get
for
in
it.
better shape. I need to get in premiere shape.
Yeah. Same here. It's like I need to get back to the way I used to look.
Yeah,
I need that six pack back.
especially with WrestleMania coming up. I
Oh
gotta
yes.
look good for Cena and
Yeah,
the big
cause
stars
yeah,
if
cause
I go to WrestleMania.
Cena's gonna make us look bad. Hey, here we
Derpy
go.
Entertainment,
Streaming.
fellas, get me on this. I need someone to react with. We're about half an hour away, Derpy.
Hmm.
So we'll be doing not quite live reactions. We're previewing. We're in the preview session now.
Hmm.
Then once it hits about 11:50 Pacific time, then we're gonna black out our screens in our speakers for a little bit, and then once the episode is over, we'll be back to recap tonight's show. So that's
If
how
it
we do it
comes
at
out at
MUSE.
11:50.
I mean, normally it does.
Yeah, cause what was it? National Treasures didn't come out till midnight.
Did you even like National Treasure?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't the best,
Why
but it was
didn't they
okay.
just make a third? Why not just make a third movie?
I
It kind of
don't
waited
know.
too long.
I don't know. I really
The
don't know.
reviews on
I
that uh wait, what was the name of the show?
National Treasure. Um, hold up.
Not Book of Secrets. Edge of History?
Yeah, something like that.
Here we go. 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
I just think it was a bad idea and not well thought out.
Hmm. It could have
Uh
been. I mean, it had some good parts into it. At least I thought.
R.I.P. Why is Derpy saying R.I.P.?
I don't know if it's R.I.P. or RIP. I
Rip,
don't know.
rip. So WrestleMania 39 coming up will be in Inglewood over 2 nights.
Inglewood.
It's going to be a huge week because it won't
Oh
just be
yeah.
WWE in town.
Hmm.
It's basically
Everybody's coming.
every promotion in the US and abroad will be here. I think GCW, Impact Wrestling,
New
uh
Japan.
New Japan will be putting on an event.
Hmm.
I'm sure some of the Lucha Libre promotions will be here.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for to hear if Triple H's coming.
WrestleCon is gonna be here.
Yep.
AEW will not be here,
No.
but Ring of Honor,
Hmm.
which is also owned by Tony Khan, will be here.
But one of the best tag teams in the world will be here at WrestleCon.
What? Oh, the Lucha Bros.
The Acclaimed.
Oh, the Acclaim. Scissor me, daddy, oh.
Oh man, it's probably
Uh,
some of the best television I've seen in
everyone
a
loves the
while.
Acclaim.
Hmm.
Scissor. Wait, can I even do that? Can I even do that? Can we even
I
do
don't
that
know.
on the screen?
Hey, if they
Nothing
could get
wrong with it.
hey,
Nothing wrong with it. There's
if they
nothing
could
wrong with it.
if they could get away with it on TNT.
I feel like we should be able, but like their TV
Mhm.
14 is our stream TV 14. That's what I
Well,
want to.
Well, technically, it's not meant to be for kids in the
Hey,
first place.
I say if you want a scissor. I just
Hmm.
don't want to get. I don't want Mike's channel to get demonetized if we do you know, the acclaim thing.
Hey, they do it on TNT,
But
and what are we gonna do if on at during WrestleMania week if we're at WrestleCon and we're interviewing the acclaimed? Do you not think you and I are not gonna friggin' partake?
I'm going. I mean, if I see them, I wanna. And if they're down,
Mhm.
if I could get them to take a photo with me, I would want to do the scissor.
Yeah, exactly,
Because why not? You know.
dude. It's
Um.
daddy ass friggin'
Yeah.
come on.
It's like it's the DX crotch chop for
Hmm.
2023
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
But crazy thing about WWE, since we were on hiatus,
Hmm.
so there was a time where Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan were the co-CEOs of the company. Triple H had become the chief creative officer after Vince McMahon stepped down and retired as chairman and CEO. And then in January, he used his stock and his voting power to forcefully return. And now he's executive chairman. Stephanie is gone. Nick Khan is the new CEO, and Vince McMahon is back as the executive chairman of WWE. And they announced the fact that they are planning to sell the company and looking for a potential buyer,
Hmm.
which could happen as early as mid 2023. And we've been talking about a potential sale of WWE. I feel like going back to, I want to say since I want to say 2020 whenever we started talking wrestling
Yeah,
and all the
2020,
releases.
2020,
So here we
2021.
are in 2023. So over 2 years, we've been talking about what is Vince doing, like with all these like major moves and cutting all the talent, and the hiring of Nick Khan. I think the hiring of Nick Khan was a big part of trying to sell the company as well.
Yeah, everything is strategic to where them selling the company, and we've had people released recently. I
But
mean,
Triple H brought back a lot of the people that Vince fired over the last 2 years.
right, right.
So
So it's
interesting.
well, you kind of have to. It's like you say, you gotta.
Regal went back to WWE because of Triple H, and
Yep.
and now Vince is back.
Hmm.
The
Yep.
guy who fired Regal, the guy who fired him.
Exactly. And that's the thing. They're
Ugh.
trying to get the popularity up, get the price up, get the stock price up, so he could sell it for top dollar.
I
And the
mean,
only way you
so
could do that is to bring people back.
it's so weird though, because Vince McMahon was like basically had to retire because of all those allegations, the Wall Street
Hmm.
Journal stories, and what have you. Retires in disgrace, and then just forcefully comes back, which feels like such a Vince McMahon move.
Is it really disgrace at this point if he was able to come back with no problems?
I mean, it at the time it felt like
Hmm.
he was forced to step down just because those allegations were just coming out one right after the other. Um, and it felt like he wanted to fight him, but I don't know. Supposedly he had bad advice, as the reporting says.
Yeah.
But uh,
Well,
what a strange industry
I know
wrestling is. It's
exactly.
it's very bizarre. There's nothing like it.
Exactly. And this week in pro wrestling, we'll be returning the week of WrestleMania week, as we will be out and about doing as much as we
I
possibly
hope
can to
so.
build a show.
I hope so.
So, unfortunately, we haven't been able to do it now because we're still
I
working
have
on
to.
studio
I'm still
sets.
waiting. I'm still waiting on those some emails. I gotta get some important emails back from
Mhm.
important people. So we'll see.
Exactly. And I got to call around with some people, see if they're going to be in LA, just to make sure so that we at least have something for that week.
Um. Oh, and Sasha Banks is no longer Sasha Banks and
Mm-mm.
no longer in WWE. Sasha, your buddy, your pal, is now Mercedes Monet, and she
Yep.
is the women's champion of
Mm-hmm.
New Japan. She's
Yep.
the IWGP Women's Champion, and she's forging her own path.
Yeah.
And going back to Mandalorian, she's Cosca Reeves in the
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian.
Yep.
Do you? She was at. We know she was at the
She
premiere.
was at the premiere tonight.
Because there are photos of her online
Mm-hmm.
playing tug of war with Rosario Dawson in her title belt.
Exactly.
Is she in this season, or
I don't
what's the
know.
story
I don't know
there?
if she's in the season or not. I know she
Can't you call
before.
her and ask?
Well, I wish we could.
Don't you talk to
If
her
she's
on the phone?
watching, if she's watching and she would like to come on, she's more than welcome to come on.
Can't you call her and ask her right now? Because
No.
like you're on a first name basis with her, aren't you? Don't you
Well,
call her Mercedes? And
well,
she calls you
yeah,
Mike?
because that's her name is Mercedes. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't go
And
as
she
far as
calls you
that.
Mike, right?
I wouldn't be
You're on
so
good,
far.
like she's like buddies with you.
Well, we've talked. I mean,
Yeah.
I've helped her with promote her company when
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Samurai del Sol, but I don't know about first name basis. I'm more closer to Samurai del Sol
Well,
than.
I mean, good for her. She beat Kyrie. She's the champ now,
Hmm.
and I hope. I mean, it would make sense if she does show up
Oh,
this
I
season.
mean,
So we'll see.
she has to show up. I know there was word that she didn't shoot anything for it, but
To me, I
I'd be
feel like we haven't.
surprised.
I feel like we haven't seen anything concrete one way or the other about Mercedes this season.
Yeah,
So I hope. So let's just say I hope we do see her. If not tonight, later this season. So
I hope so too. I really hope so as well.
I'm
She,
sure she's gonna be. I'm sure she's probably gonna be wrestling or well, she will be at WrestleCon. We know that. So she
Mhm.
will be in town.
Oh, I didn't even know
WrestleMania
that.
week.
I didn't, to be honest, I didn't even know that.
Well,
I
yeah.
haven't kept
So
up. I haven't kept up. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, and I kind of have to keep up
Yeah,
in light of everything. So
yeah,
uh, yeah, it's an exciting time for her. But
yeah. Well, I'm happy for her. It's like she's doing really good in New Japan. She has. I always believe she could be a really good actress, and she could really succeed in the
she
field.
doesn't really need WWE anymore.
Mm-mm.
I
No,
mean,
she just.
she can write her she can probably retire
Mhm.
as long as she's invested and saved her money well. But
Yeah,
she can do whatever she wants right
yeah.
now with her career.
I mean, she's a great actress. I think she could do really well in Hollywood,
Yeah,
and being.
because she can do stunts and fighting too.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Now in terms of a WWE sale, like, do you have any ideas on who you think should buy WWE? Who makes the most sense? Do you think? And
The one I
Vince,
could
the
automatically
reports
say,
in. I
the one
think
I
the
could automatically,
reports.
the one
Okay,
I could automatically say that no should be AEW and the cons. They should not be buying it.
why?
Mostly because we go back to the way it was before
We
when
go back
WWE
to
owned
Vince
everything.
buying WCW
Yeah, it
and
winds up
ECW.
it's history repeating
Yeah.
itself, and it doesn't really bring a good. It doesn't bring balance.
Okay. Vince also wants he's looking for a $9 billion payout. Do you think he
Mhm.
can? And I think the estimated value of WWE right now is 6.7 billion. Do you think they can get 9 billion in the sale?
I think so.
That's
It
more.
depends.
That's a
It
lot.
depends. It depends. Well, but it's the television rights. If they get the television rights, they probably could.
But they're also but television rights are also coming up this year. That's the other thing.
Yeah. So.
They're on Fox and USA Network, NBC
Mhm.
Universal, Peacock
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Mhm. They're
Now,
on Disney Plus in certain
okay,
places too.
does NBC Universal Comcast
Mhm.
or does Fox Media make more sense? Like if you had a choice.
To be honest, I would go Fox, but supposedly there's been talk of Netflix possibly even being interested in him since
Hmm.
Netflix wants to do live.
Really?
Yeah,
I wonder if Netflix could afford it though at this point.
I don't know. I don't know, but I know Netflix has been wanting to do live shows and live events. So I mean, next year they're going to be streaming the SAG Awards on Netflix.
There's
So.
also WME IMG,
Hmm.
who William Morris Endeavor. And they already own UFC.
Yeah,
Could you see them being a buyer?
I think so. It'd be a good cross-platform promotion for them.
Now, this didn't pan out, but there was a rumor earlier this year about what was the Saudi Arabia. Okay, it's called the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund.
Hmm.
So there was a rumor that the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund was going to buy out WWE. It did not pan out. They are like a candidate who's in the market to potentially as a potential buyer.
Hmm.
Um, Now that's basically the Saudi Public Investment Fund aims to enhance the role of the public investment fund to the active engine behind the diversification of Saudi Arabia's economy and the development of specific strategic sectors through cultivating and maximizing the impact of the fund's investment. So, Saudi Arabia, which has already been a hot button controversial topic because WWE deals with them for those events.
Hmm.
Um, you know,
Yeah,
eh,
I
the
don't know
Saudi
about that one.
government doesn't have the best
Hmm.
reputation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows,
What do you think
we're
about that,
talking a
though?
bunch of different topics. Just so to let everybody know, we're talking a bunch of different topics up to when the Mandalorian drops
We're
because there is
waiting for the Mandalorian. It's
yeah
like, what are we
since
supposed to do?
there season two was a long time ago, and so was the Book of Boba Fett.
And
So
so was our
so many
last
times.
show.
Yeah, so was our last show. So there you go. So we're talking a little wrestling right now. As for wrestling and WWE in Saudi Arabia, I really don't think it's gonna happen.
And if there's something else you want us to talk about, please feel free to chime in
Yeah,
the
please
comments.
comment. We'll be able to jump on that as well, so after we could talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't think WWE is gonna
I
sell
really, I
to.
really hope not because I mean, just what would that do to company morale? You know,
Exactly. I don't know what the wrestlers are gonna feel about that. I don't know how that would look like throughout the whole company.
do you think Vince McMahon is involved with WWE creative right now? What do you think of that rumor?
I really don't know. I hope not. I really hope not because I liked how Triple H was running the show.
Do you think they're doing the right thing by doing Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, or should they have gone all in with Sami Zayn?
Oh, I think they had to have because they're. I mean,
Had
to
to
me,
had to have Cody.
have to have Cody because
Okay.
I have a feeling that was one of the things to attract him to come over to WWE because I think if they didn't offer that and have that lined up,
Cody
they're
says they didn't. Cody says the only thing they told him was Rollins at WrestleMania was the
yeah.
only thing.
Mm, I don't know. It's hard to believe that
You don't
because
believe that?
well after what Cody has been through with the WWE with what was it
Stardust.
Stardust and all the gimmicks that they put him through. I mean,
Yeah.
he has to. I mean,
Okay.
he's a good wrestler. He's wrestled around the world. Give him the opportunity
But
to
what
fight for
about the
the belt.
storyline they've been running for months with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn and the fans, getting behind Sami Zayn,
See, I
becoming
thought, and to be
an
honest,
organic
yeah,
homegrown fan favorite?
yeah. To be honest, I thought the elimination chamber, the belt was going to change hands,
Wow.
and that he would hold it for like at least halfway up to WrestleMania. Roman Reigns would win the belt back. Then in WrestleMania, he
Okay.
would face Cody
You
Rhodes.
want to know what I want? Here's what I want.
Yeah,
Since
a
we know
threat
we're
match.
getting Cody Roman at WrestleMania 39, we know that's going to be the main event.
Hmm.
I want Roman to win.
Damn.
I want 1,000 days, Roman Reigns, 1,000 days as champion.
Hmm.
And I want they here's my problem. The whole finish the story thing getting shoved down my throat
Hmm.
has become so obnoxious.
Hmm.
I just want to see like Cody just lose it.
Hmm.
Just like lose it and just go off the deep end. Cuz like this is what's supposed to happen. So obviously, I'm rooting for chaos.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going for
Am I a
chaos.
bad person for saying that, Mike?
No, no, because it could lead to new story, a different type of story and a new angle for the when they hit the reset
Yeah.
button on the stories. Um, I'm pulling for Cody. I think Cody should
Okay.
win, but I also should think they should throw Sammy's. Well, here's my thing. Maybe instead of having a unified champion, have one wrestle for the Raw Championship, have one wrestle for the SmackDown
But
Championship.
like, why would Cody? If I'm Cody, why would I want to like? Why would I want to settle? I want the whole. I want to be
Oh
undisputed.
yeah.
I want to be undisputed champion.
Oh, I
Who
agree.
wants to
I
be?
agree.
Who wants to be a minor mid card champion? I
Yeah.
want the whole thing.
Well, because I heard not too long ago, like in the beginning of January, that they wanted to have the belts
I've
not
heard
unified
that
again.
too. I've heard
Yeah.
multiple, but here we are. We're about to hit March. They haven't split the titles, and Roman has had. He's been undisputed champion, and he's been on a part-time schedule for the whole last year. So
Yeah.
I ask you, do we need split titles, split world titles? Really? I don't think we do anymore.
Yeah. It is true.
I
Um,
prefer having an undisputed champion.
with
Make your intercontinental and US titles
mhm,
the main titles for your separate shows,
mhm.
whatever.
With me, the Bloodline storyline is getting a little tired now.
Well,
Except for Sami Zayn's coming in
well,
to
the
beat him
thing
up.
is, my problem with that storyline is they spent so much time on that storyline, and to me, the only natural outcome is Sami Zayn, slaying the dragon,
Hmm.
Sami Zayn standing up for himself, the underdog, and slaying the beast, and they won't do that because he's not destined for that role. It's Cody Rhodes. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but look,
It was
it's
kind of
not
an
my
odd.
decision.
It was
It's
kind
not
of
my
an
decision.
odd. For me, it was kind of an odd storyline that happened within all that.
I mean, Cody wasn't around, and
Yeah.
Sami Zayn became this, unsung hero,
Hmm.
and he
Yeah.
became, and the fans got behind him. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, so we are less than 10, hopefully 10 minutes away from the Mandalorian season 3. So hopefully
Let me
we'll
start getting
be able to
everything.
dive into season 3.
Let me start getting everything ready here. Get
So
viewing viewing positions ready.
I have Disney Plus queued up. So usually new episodes drop about 10 minutes to midnight on the West Coast. So if you're on the East Coast, it's closer to 3 a.m. now. So best of luck to you all.
Yeah, I really
I wonder,
feel.
do
I
you think
really feel
people
sorry
overseas have
about the
got?
East Coast.
Do you think people overseas have gotten who have Disney Plus overseas have it right now, or what do you?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because it's probably it's March 1st in some parts of the world now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. In Australia, it's March 1st.
Yeah, there you go. Now, here's my other question: so everyone's talking about the drop off of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the big drop off in the second weekend. Is Marvel Studios in trouble right now, Mike? Are they in big trouble?
I think they may be, but also too, I wonder how much of it was Chapek's regime. And the bad thing about it is that now that Chapek's gone, Bob Iger coming in and getting the approvals, changing things, how much is that going to really help in the future? Because from what I heard, it's like some people liked it, some people didn't hate it, some were
I didn't hate.
50-50 on
I
it.
personally did not hate it.
I haven't seen it yet. I
I
haven't seen it.
personally enjoyed it more than Wakanda Forever, and that's
I
you
haven't
know
seen it yet. So I wasn't invited to a screening. I still haven't gone out to go pay for it because I've been really busy with other stuff.
I'm sure. I mean,
So I don't know. I don't know if it how
I
bad it
think
was, how good it
here's
was.
my feeling is I think Endgame almost kind of worked a little too well.
Hmm.
Uh, um, but then No Way Home still did really well. So,
Yeah.
th- um,
A lot of people are saying it's
no.
because of the multiverse saga
I don't really like.
that it
I
pulls
will
it
say
people.
I'm not. I'm not really as excited about the multiverse stuff as like Thanos and Infinity, Infinity Gauntlet
Yeah,
storyline, which was a better storyline, I think.
yeah.
I don't know where they're going with Kang thing, but I mean, we'll see.
Well, I
I
did see that they have the Council of Kangs. So if it is a Council
They're
of
making the
Kangs,
Kang dynasty, so I mean, do the math. Yeah, whatever.
yeah. Well, for people who are not comic book fans, I mean,
I
they
guess
can.
we'll be learning more about that in season 2 of Loki,
Mm-hmm.
because season 2 set. I mean, the first season of Loki set up Kang kind of even before Quantum
Now,
Mania.
is that post credit scene really at the second post credit scene?
I don't. I guess we can talk about that since the movie's out, but that's a
Yeah.
huge spoiler.
It's been 2 weeks already.
Yeah, but it's still a spoiler, and I don't want to
Mm.
like.
Or is
I
it
don't
three
want to get.
weeks now? Hmm.
Well, the movie
It's gonna
came
be three
out.
weeks on Friday.
Yeah, but like I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to be considerate,
Hmm.
just in
It's
case.
all over YouTube already. If it is,
I don't know what it. I assume they're going to be doing some transitional stuff in Loki season 2, but they kind of they set it up in the first season.
hmm
So we know some of the, oh, and Man of the Hour, Ki Huey Kwan will be in season 2 of Loki as well.
oh,
Who's
sure. I
dude's
didn't even
having
look at
a
that.
dude's having a nice little second act. Good for
Yeah.
that guy.
Well, I was so close at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival to talking with him,
I'm sorry to hear
and
that.
he went to do extra. He did this other CTV, and then they pulled him out. And we were the fourth position on the carpet.
Haven't you've talked to Pedro Pascal though, right?
Yeah, I have, but not like for an interview, just
Right.
passing.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry you didn't get to meet Ki Huey Kwan,
Yeah,
but uh,
we did get to talk to Carrie Condon again, who's Oscar nominated actress,
yeah.
who I met at at Newport Beach Film Festival and literally told her, "You're gonna get nominated."
Is there anyone you're pulling for at the Oscars this year?
um, to be honest, I would like to see Carrie Condon win. I don't think she is. I think
Hmm.
they're gonna give it to Angela Bassett because I think the band. I really like the Banshees of Inisherin.
Mm.
I like the
So did
film.
I. I love great movie.
Yeah, but I have a feeling they're gonna give it to Angela Bassett. If not, it will be Stephanie Sue as a surprise.
The main movie I'm pulling for is Puss in Boots: The Last Wish for best animated feature.
Hmm,
Is
that's a
what
good
I'm
one.
pulling for.
I heard it was really good. I
That
haven't
is
seen it, but it's
like
really good.
really one of the most surprising, satisfying movie experiences I had last year.
I would love to see Top Gun win Best Picture, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Here's my thing about like I don't like Best Picture having 10 nominees because
Hmm.
I feel like if you're gonna nominate 10 films, you should nominate for all the major categories. You should have 10 nominees and not 5
Yeah,
if you're gonna
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Just to be fair,
Hmm.
like why does Best Picture get 10?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
yeah. I don't know either.
I don't think Top Gun. I don't think Top Gun is gonna win.
Oh no, it's
Come
even
on.
though it did save the movie industry, the theater industry.
And what about
Maybe
Spider Man?
Hollywood. Well, Spider-Man was in the beginning. We're going that would have
Uh,
counted for last year's Academy Awards.
okay, so we're
We're 1 minute
we're
out.
we're, we're thinking it's gonna drop in about a minute, but we'll see. Like it might not, but we'll see. So
We might
we're on
have
guard.
we might have the streak continue, or they may say, you know what,
It is a new year.
we
It's a
want
new
to
year. It's a new day. Yes, it
we want to
is.
play with those people. Oh, talking about a new day, I ran into Xavier Woods at Super Nintendo World
That's right.
during media day.
He was there.
Yeah.
I think he did. I think he just did a vlog.
Uh-huh.
I got
Yeah, he was
invited
doing a
to
vlog.
the press day, but I just
Mhm.
couldn't make it. The timing
Yeah.
because I got invited last minute, and the timing wasn't good for me to get the
Yeah.
time off. work.
we were there and we shot it for Destination. We're just still editing it. I'm working on it because we shot it in 4K HDR and it
I
a
can't wait
30
to
minute
go though. I
show
hope
takes
to
a
go.
long time.
All
Oh,
right,
it's a
here
lot
we
of
go.
fun.
It's out.
It's
It's
out.
out. 38 minutes, chapter 17. We will be back with you guys soon. See you soon, everyone.
Why don't I have it yet? Oh, there it is. Cool. We'll be right back and we will talk to you later. Bye.
All right. So that is episode 17 of The Mandalorian. First episode of season 3 in the books. And we are back for a new season of Mandalorian. And so once Mike gets back in, we will do our after party post episode recap once he is ready to go. So season 3 has begun. There are pirates. The Mandalorian has a new mission. He needs to go to Mandalore to bathe in the living waters or whatever, so he can return to the children of the Watch, the Mandalorian covert he was raised in as a refugee, as a foundling. He needs to get a memory circuit for IG-11 because apparently IG-11 could be rebuilt. I guess no one's ever really gone, Mike.
Mm-mm.
No one's ever really gone.
Nope. And
Not
we
really.
see a green Pizza the Hut. So
Look like Swamp Thing, the pirate captain,
Yep.
who was the Gorian Shard,
Mm-hmm.
not Nonso Anozi.
Not
I don't
so
know that
nosy?
actor. Yeah, do you know that actor?
Nuh-uh.
See, oh, he's been in tons of stuff. This actor.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Uh, big actor, British African actor. He's been in Sweet Tooth, Ted Lasso, Artemis Fowl, Zoo. What else? I'm pretty sure he's in the Jack Ryan movie with Chris Pine, Cinderella. Yeah, so that was an interesting looking creature, a new creature for Star Wars. We saw the Babu Frick guys,
Mm-hmm.
the Anzellans. Wow. Navarro is like completely transformed. We got Grief Karga, Carl Weathers. Now here's just kind of my thing. So at the start of the episode, we know what Mando has to do. He has to go do the stupid bathing in the living water. We already knew that from Book of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just like that whole the prologue, the fight with the whatever that creature was, that really like that dinosaur type creature, was like a giant alligator turtle Bowser thing. That was good and everything, but he just went to see the armor to talk about things we already established.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's kind of the problem with Book of Boba Fett. Like we already established this new thing he has to do. He needs to redeem himself with the covert.
Mm-hmm.
He has to what is
Go
it?
to Minnesota and go jump in the waters of Lake.
What are these rules? What are these rules? What are these dumb rules?
They are given by Prince in Purple Rain.
like who are the children of the Watch anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they Death Watch? What like everyone in Death Watch was taking off their helmets. Who made these rules? What are these like? I need an if they could just show us the process of how we got to this point with these, cult Mandalorians, because like every Mandalorian we've ever seen is taking off their helmets until this show, and like so I just don't understand why they're rewriting things and why they're setting up rules, and I just don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like what? I understand like why Dean Djarin is so dedicated. Like this is the only life he knows, right?
Right.
Like he was a war orphan. He was saved by these Mandalorians.
Mm-hmm.
He feels loyalty to them. He feels indebted to them. Like this is what gave his life purpose.
Right.
When he lost his family, he lost his home. This is what like this is what he needs, but I feel like I don't know, maybe this season he'll learn he doesn't need
Hmm.
to be part of the watch or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know. So apparently Bo-Katan lost her forces because she lost the dark saber. Now that whole thing there with the dark saber was literally handed to her on Star Wars Rebels.
Yep.
Sabine like handed her the dark saber, so
Hmm.
in front of lots of Mandalorians. So I just don't. I don't. And how did she even lose it? We never even found out how she lost it. That's another thing.
Don't have a clue of how
What are
she
you?
lost it.
Kind of a short episode, and kind of
It
ended
is.
abruptly. They
It
should
is
have given us
considering.
2 episodes tonight, I think.
Yeah, because I know for the premiere they showed them 2 episodes.
So because this episode felt very short. Rick
Hmm.
Famu Yiwa directed this episode. He's a
Hmm.
good director.
Yeah.
It
Local
felt short.
Catholic skill high school boy, St. Benedict's.
It felt short though, man.
Hmm. Yeah, it
Um,
did. It did feel short. Um,
it was only about 30 minutes without credits and the intros and
yeah.
stuff. What do you think they're trying to bring back IG-11? What do you think of that?
Um,
Like
I don't
if it
know.
was that simple to rebuild him, why didn't they try to do it before?
Well, that's what I would say, but I don't know. I don't know why that's the part's gonna be the MacGuffin. I guess in this first
Here's my
part of the
like,
series,
why do you really need IG-11 to help guide you on Mandalore? You know?
or in case it's or to send him down to because it may be poisoned,
Right, but I mean, you could form a
or he
new you
knows,
you could
or
form
he
a
knows.
new friendship or a new
Hmm.
droid with someone to do that. You
Hmm.
don't necessarily need IG-11, even though he trusts IG-11.
Well, didn't was IG-11 the one who?
Blew
Oh
up.
no, yeah, we know that, but I was thought it because that's who got the piece from Mandalore, but I guess not
Mm,
because I
I
just
don't
thought it
know.
got
I
the.
don't think we know how he got that.
Hmm.
He said he got it from Jawas.
Yeah, he said he got it from Jawas.
So did we see him get that piece earlier? I don't think we ever saw him get it, but
Hmm.
he said how he got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean, the action was good and everything.
Hmm.
We got a space dogfight. We got
Hmm.
some blaster battles. We got the fight with the giant monster at the beginning. Um, Dean Cundy did the cinematography.
Yeah.
He's a big time cinematographer. He's been
Hmm.
around for decades.
Yeah, and it looked really good. It looked really good. Um, the one thing I do
Dean
like.
Cundy was a cinematographer for Jurassic Park,
Hmm.
for example.
Yeah. The
He
one thing I
like
do like was when the IG comes back to life.
he was
It
like a
looked so
Terminator.
yeah, it looked old school, like 80s type of graphics and animation. It looked
There was
good.
a lot of practical effects in this
Mm-hmm.
episode too, between
Yeah.
a lot of makeup, some nice practical sets, uh, puppets and animatronics with the Anzellans. So yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
kind of that rustic, kind of classic Lucasfilm style.
Mm-hmm.
The episode also gave me. Did you ever watch a show called Farscape?
A
Which
long time
Jim
ago.
Henson show in
Yeah.
the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I
Got a lot.
remember
I
it.
got some Farscape vibes
Mm-hmm.
from this episode too. It was
Yeah.
one of my favorite shows back in the day. So it's like, wow, this is starting to with all with all the aliens and the pirates popping up. It was starting to feel like a Farscape
Mm-hmm.
episode to
Yeah.
me.
I was just laughing though when I saw the green pirate that I forgot its name, but I was just like, oh, Pizza the Hut, except with
Oh, the
vines.
who's this guy's
Gorian
name?
Shaw, is that it?
Gorian Shard. He is the
Shard.
pirate king.
Mm-hmm.
In vain was his lackey.
Yep.
We had Taika Waititi back as IG-11.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley Kimmel was someone named Ragnar. Maybe I bet Ragnar was the kid at the beginning.
Yeah,
who
I
was
think that's it.
getting anointed as a Mandalorian.
Hmm.
Is Wesley Kimmel Jimmy Kimmel's son or something?
I don't know. Let's do a little search.
Jonathan Kimmel. He's the nephew of Jimmy Kimmel.
Hmm.
So,
There you go.
so who is John? Is Jonathan Kimmel
His
someone?
brother.
I guess he's Jimmy Kimmel. I didn't even know. Is Jonathan Kimmel? I guess he's like a
Yeah,
writer and director.
yeah, Jonathan Kimmel.
Has he done anything? You know?
Don't know.
Now was John Favreau still voicing Paz Vizsla?
Oh, he was in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, but
He was
what
the Tusken
he was
kid.
there.
He was
No,
in
but he was.
WandaVision.
Oh, Wesley Kimmel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that plays a role.
I think Wesley Kimmel was the kid. I think he was the kid Tusken in
Hmm.
Book of Boba Fett, as I recall. I
He's
remember.
he's gonna be
Oops.
in. He was in Crank Acres.
I remember
Does
Crank
that
Yankers.
does that shock you at all?
No, that sketch show with puppets
Hmm.
that Jimmy Kimmel used to do on Comedy Central.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
no, no, no. I'm just saying it doesn't shock me that he's
No, no.
in there.
Anything stand out for this episode to you?
Um, Not yet. I like the stories, the way it's
It's a lot of
going. I think
setup,
it's
yeah.
a lot of setup, so I really can't say there was one thing that I liked. The Book of Tan one was kind of like odd to me.
I feel like we could have gotten 2 episodes tonight just to
Yeah,
kind of. I know they want to, like,
they're trying to
with the
stretch it out.
streaming, you want to stretch it out, but
Hmm.
like because we've had this before with Book of Boba Fett and the other shows. Sometimes we get like a short episode
Hmm.
and then a long episode.
Yeah,
So, and then with Andor, we had I think we how many episodes we started with 3, didn't we? Or 2?
with Andor we started with 3.
Right, but like Andor, what they should have done is just made like a shorter season and just edit the first 3 episodes as like a pilot
Hmm.
movie, because then you would have had a more complete story.
Right.
Because because the way they broke up the first 3 episodes just doesn't work very well,
Hmm.
and the way they ended this episode, it was just like kind of like an abrupt ending. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's neat to see Navarro's like very prosperous and stuff like
Hmm.
that.
You get to see the growth, but how long? But in time, how long has it been?
I don't
Because
know. It's you feel like it had to have been a number of months because
yeah, but the
they
way the
even
city is looks like years.
they even gave you know who a gracious kind of ending, kind of like they wrote her out in a kind of gracious
Oh yeah.
diplomatic way. Were you
Hmm.
surprised about that?
Oh no, I wasn't shocked about that. Well,
I
because she
wasn't
could
shocked
always
that
pop.
I was shocked they even said her name.
Well, she could always pop up. She could always pop up somewhere down
I
the
get
line.
I guess she could.
Hmm.
Uh I'm not anticipating it anytime soon
Oh, I'm not holding my breath.
with the way her
But
career is going these days.
yeah, I'm not holding my breath.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah.
But like um I guess that's I would say that's kind of a classy move by
Hmm.
Favreau and Filoni to kind of give
Yeah.
her that out, don't you think?
Oh, I agree. I think it does. I think
You
it
know,
does it.
they didn't say like they didn't say she like got drunk and like fell off a cliff or something.
Hmm. Or got shot or something like that in the back by a
Yeah, like
pirate.
they said Marshall Dune got recruited
Hmm.
by New Republic Special Forces. So
Hmm.
she's presumably she's still out there somewhere fighting the good fight. So
Yeah,
they
and we
wrote
find
her
out.
out,
Yep.
but she's still like, you know,
Hmm.
they wrote her out in a nice way, which it
Hmm.
was kind of surprising.
Yeah, and
But
then we find out about Moff Gideon that he's in a New Republic. What did they call it? New
a
Republic.
war something like a war tribunal is
Yeah,
what I recall.
yeah.
We know we're going to see Moff Gideon again though,
Hmm.
and we know they're going to go to Coruscant at
Yeah.
some point.
Hmm. Especially
So,
after me talking to Giancarlo Esposito at last year's Paley Fest.
yeah.
I mean, he pretty much made it clear that he's coming back.
But well, he was at D23 and he was promoting the show there too.
Mm-hmm.
But what, like, why would he? If he, if Grogu and Mando are going to Coruscant, why are they going to Coruscant? Unless like maybe that's where they get the memory circuit. Like, what
Possibly.
does Coruscant have that they need, and why would they need to see Moff Gideon unless Moff Gideon escapes or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. I'm thinking there's an attack on Coruscant and he's freed.
And I think we're
Or they're
gonna.
transporting him to an off Coruscant type of planet.
And is he gonna go back at? And is he gonna go back after Mando again? Because I mean,
Well, for the
technically,
dark saber, probably.
but why does he need the dark saber? And technically, he already got what he needed from Grogu,
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
they need more samples or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Or
know.
unless there's somebody behind it.
Like uh, like Snoke. Maybe
Not
maybe it's
not
Snoke.
Snoke. I'm talking about a little general.
Well, maybe it's Emperor Palpatine.
Maybe
Where is Paul? Where do you think Palpatine even is right now?
being reconstructed. Well, who knows? Because the storyline from what the new
I don't. Who know? Who
movies
knows?
is
Who
kind
knows?
of being squashed a little bit.
How?
I don't know. It just feels like they're trying
Why?
to.
You've said that before. I don't
Yeah,
see that.
I just don't think that they're gonna.
How?
I don't know. I really don't know. They could change the story and they could retcon a lot
I
of
mean,
things.
I mean, if they needed Grogu's DNA to make something like Snoke, doesn't that only reinforce the sequels?
Or to rebuild
To
Palpatine.
Yeah.
That's the only
So
thing you can
which
think
is
of.
what happened. Which is what happened in the movie. Which is what.
Yeah, if
So
that's the
in
route they
other
go
words,
going.
they'd be reinforcing, not moving away from.
Yes, but I don't know what the hell I could really say what the hell they're doing when it comes to the new movies.
You just. I don't think you know what you're talking about,
I
Mike.
really don't.
I'm,
Nobody
I'm
does.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm
I'm
throwing
just
things
I'm
on the
just going.
wall and seeing the
Well, we know
possibilities.
we're gonna see other Mandalorians, and we're gonna see uh Dean Djarin and Grogu teaming up with other Mandalorians. So
Yeah, because
hopefully,
this is the one series. It's really hard to like assume what's going to happen.
I don't see why they needed to bring back IG-11.
I don't.
I feel like that's a little
Yeah.
forced to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to see how it plays out because look, we're
Hmm.
still early in this is just the first episode. We're
Yeah.
early in the season.
Hmm.
We don't know how all this is going to play out.
Unless we're gonna see him in Taika Waititi's Star Wars that he's making.
Is it going to be an IG-11 movie?
Who in the world knows? I
Do they
don't
even
know.
have they don't even have a release date
No,
for that
there's
movie.
no movies even talked about at this point.
Cuz the Rogue Squadron movie got
Pretty much
is it
put on the
is it
shelf.
canceled?
I thought
It's
it was
in
put in the shelf.
it's on it got shelved
Hmm.
basically. For all I
Well,
mean,
Patty Jenkins has time. At least one
she's
slot
not
open.
doing she's off Wonder Woman. She's
Hmm.
not going to do a third Wonder Woman, so
Yeah,
maybe she'll revisit this. Um
maybe.
I mean, they're going to make a new Star Wars movie eventually.
Yeah.
It might be years from now, but they will. Um, and isn't Kevin Feige supposed to be producing one?
Yeah, that's talk.
And
I don't know how true it is.
I wonder if I don't know. I mean, does Kevin Feige really have time to work on all this stuff and give everything sufficient attention?
I don't know. I
I
think
think he
he's pretty
maybe needs
busy
to
right now.
I think he maybe needs to delegate a little bit more.
Yeah.
He needs like a right hand. He needs like a right hand man or woman to like
Well,
be like, okay, I'm gonna like check all the film stuff.
mhm,
I'm gonna give you like carte blanche to like be my like to work on to do the whole TV side and everything
mhm.
kind of thing.
Yeah, but I think he needs to trust whoever he's bringing in too.
Yeah,
They have to
that's what
be
I mean.
really good in order to do it. In order for him to pull away, because I think he has his hands full right now with Marvel.
It's kind of like I have it. This is just my theory and speculation. I feel like Bob Iger um, brought in Bob Chapek to fail. Basically, I think he set him up to fail. I feel like he anticipated this eventuality
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
because based on what I read, like he had to set up like a succession
Mm-hmm.
regime, and he didn't want to, and he just picked Bob. Like
Bob Chapek.
Bob Chapek was his protege, was he
Mm-hmm.
not? Like he
Well,
did he not pick Bob Chapek?
he did pick Bob Chapek, but I don't know how much of a protege you could really say.
But he stayed on for a little while to groom Chapek before he
Mm-hmm.
left, and
Yeah,
then they
because that's
fired
what you normally
Chapek
do.
and brought back Iger. So
Mm-hmm. Well, thank God for that.
yeah, but
I mean,
and then they pay. And did you see Bob Chapek's severance?
oh, he.
That's like the best.
That's the
I'd
best
be. I
firing you
would
could ever have. That's the best firing.
fire me. I'll fire me like that
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Why would you even want to?
Then you could
Why
really
even?
have that house behind you.
I mean, who? Why would you even want to? What? I would rather be. I would rather take the humiliation of being fired like Bob Chapek than just being in the headlines and ridiculed
Yeah,
every week.
well, true.
Not that I feel sorry for Bob Chapek. Look at what they gave him
Yep.
for
He's.
fire for fire. The dude got fired and he's a multimillionaire
Mm-hmm. So
times
that's why.
times a lot.
That's why I wonder how much, like with Chapek being in control while this was in production, and the people he put together,
I
what
mean,
kind of because
how
a lot
much
of the
how much
things
input could he have really had though?
I don't know.
Because Kathleen
Well, it's not
Kennedy,
him.
it's John, it's
It's
because
not really him. It's mostly his
most of
people.
this got assembled even before Chapek's regime anyway.
Yeah.
The whole
Well,
cast and crew.
exactly. And but I don't know about the story and the actual filming and the
How,
actual
again,
production.
how much could he have really?
Well, it's not really Chapek. It's the people he put in place to oversee things.
Yeah, but again, how much could they have really affected it?
Who knows?
More so than Kathleen Kennedy, Favreau,
Hmm.
Filoni,
And she's gone
and,
this year, isn't she?
I don't.
Or is
I
it
have no
next year?
idea. I'm
I thought she was stepping down. Is she already stepped
according to the internet, she was gone in 2018.
down?
According to my exclusive sources, she's still president of the company. Here we are 5 years later. She's still
Hmm.
president of the company. So I
Oh,
wouldn't
well, I thought
put
said.
much stock in that.
Well, I thought she said it. She let that out that she was
When did
leaving.
she let that out?
It was last year.
When?
Let me take a look really quick, and I can get you
Did it
actual
come
source.
from? Did it come from did it come from an actual
Yes, it was
like
actually.
did it come from Deadline, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, possibly The Wrap, or a
It was.
legitimate
It
source,
was a
and
legitimate.
not from YouTube or Twitter?
No, it was a legitimate source. It was a legitimate source.
I can't find anything. All I find is these old rumors that she's oh yeah, I've seen nothing legitimate. Give me yeah. I see no evidence.
Because I remember her
I
saying.
found one. I found one, but I mean,
Hmm.
it's not one I would put much stock in.
Yeah, I thought that.
If it comes from Deadline,
Well, that's what I'm looking
Variety, if it
for.
comes from Deadline, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, possibly The Wrap, then we will talk.
Let me
Any
look.
of those. The Wall.
Well, that's
I
what
would
I'm
even
looking
the
for.
Wall Street Journal,
That's
something
what I'm
like
looking.
that.
That's what I'm looking for.
I found one, but it's not one I would put much stock in. I won't even
That.
say the name. I don't even want to say the name on the air.
Mhm. Oh, I don't blame you.
She has never said she's stepping down.
I could have sworn.
And we've had rumors,
That was
of
around
her stepping
2022.
down. We've had rumors of her being fired or stepping down, going back to freaking 2018.
Yeah.
5 years.
Oh
We're in
yeah.
2023 now. So look,
So who? I don't
I'm
know.
not saying. I'm not
I thought it was.
saying.
I
I'm
thought
not
it was like
saying.
past year
Look,
sometime.
she's a human being. Has she made mistakes? Yes, but like,
Hmm.
I doubt there are a few people who could do the job she does, and I doubt there are a few people who want her job.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I think she's one of the an amazing producer. If she does leave, it wouldn't be a bad thing for her. Is tough.
It's not just. I mean, it's not just a it's not just a franchise. It's multiple franchises,
Hmm. And it's a
and
huge
she's in her
trust.
70s too.
Hmm. Is she?
Pretty sure I think
Oh, I
she's
thought
like
she was.
72.
I thought she was in her 60s, but
I mean, she was when she started. She was.
yeah.
She's 69. Okay,
Hmm.
so close.
Okay.
So I was close. I'm just saying
I
it's
still
not
respect
like
her.
I mean, look, she's. I'm not saying she has to retire, but she's
Oh
at
yeah.
an age where people start talking about retirement. And look, Bob Iger was retired until a
Hmm.
little while ago.
Yep.
So, and I'm just saying there are a few. I think there are a few people on this planet that could do her job, or probably even want her job.
Hmm.
Because, like, if she were to step down tomorrow as the president of the company, like, who do you get as her replacement?
See, I don't know. I really don't know who
And
you would
then
get.
whoever replaces her is going to be under the microscope and just is going to be scrutinized so heavily and just get and will get so much crap from everywhere just because Kathleen Kennedy does. So
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, dude, I can't even. There's so much. There's
you want to
so
know what
much
the answer
freaking.
is, Mike? She never did it. She
You know
never
what?
said it.
There's
She
so much.
never said it.
There's so much BS sites out there now. It takes me forever
Exactly.
to go through there. And
Exactly, because she never said it, and it's not true.
it's like there's so many BS sites now. It's like I'm tired of even going through. I went through 6 pages
And
right
then
now.
and then and then when she finally does step down, the people who were talking about it 5 years ago were like, "See, my exclusive was right." 5 years after the freaking
I I
5 years
just
ago, I said she was getting fired, and it was true.
yeah.
She finally got fired after she decided to voluntarily retire, so
Is it
she can enjoy the fruits of her work over decades,
is
over a
it
50-year career.
is it me or me getting older that I'm just tired of a lot of these sites already?
I can't even I can barely even stomach Twitter at this point.
Because like after 3 months,
Frankly,
everything is gone.
I you know I wish Twitter would just die in a fire tomorrow. I'm
Oh, it's
sorry.
going to happen, but just a matter of
Twitter,
time.
Twitter went
Hmm.
to me. I mean, for me, Twitter like has been a dumpster fire for the last like 10 years or so.
Hmm.
It's only gotten worse.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I mean, we
guess
almost
we're currently streaming live to a platform that's almost like getting all the people from Twitter over here, which is not good. But
I'm just
what
saying
can you do?
I'm just saying
Hmm.
if we lost Twitter tomorrow, I would not miss it,
Oh,
and I would not
not
mourn,
me. The
its
older,
loss.
the one thing I have noticed is that the older I'm getting, the more social media is starting to annoy me.
I I remember when Facebook started and I was in college,
Hmm.
and I didn't think much of it. And like Facebook, it seemed like a college networking
Hmm.
site, and it just seemed like. And then MySpace was popular for a little bit, and then it kind of died.
Is it
Uh,
sad? Is it sad that I remember Friendster when Friendster started?
no,
Which I was like,
there were a lot of like fly by night social media things
yeah,
over the last 15 years,
hmm, yeah,
and there were a
or
lot of
20. I was. It
yeah.
was in the 90s when Friendster came out, late
I mean
90s.
MySpace was the thing for a little while
Yeah,
in the
and I loved
2000s.
MySpace too because you could customize it. It
Yeah.
actually works really cool. But
But
so back to
yeah,
this
I'm
episode.
just saying all the rumors are fake. Look, if Kathleen Kennedy steps down,
Mhm.
she's gonna step down on
Well,
her
don't
terms.
get me wrong. Like
And it's
I,
not cause like
Mhm.
someone forced her out.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Kathleen Kennedy, like I have no problems with her,
Mhm.
but it's just
I mean,
like
look,
I mean
she
exact
has a tough.
like
To
come
me,
on.
she has a tough job.
Yeah.
Like, yes, she's made
Mhm.
mistakes, but she has a
Oh,
tough
that's
job.
where I remember
It's
hearing
like
it. Like she
managing
was
It's like
that's
managing or owning a sports team.
that's where I remember hearing something that she was supposed to leave after Indiana Jones comes out, like
Yeah,
in
I
June.
saw. That's the rumor I found, but it's
Yeah,
not from.
because that
It's
was
not from what I would call a surefire source.
yeah, and I thought there was a real source who said something. I wrote an article about that,
I saw.
but I
I
can't
saw
find
it.
it
I
anymore.
found it, and I'm not
Mhm.
going to mention it because it's not to me. It's not like it's not that upper tier that I would
No,
think
no,
is
no. I
concrete.
mean, and that's where I was looking for. 'Cause I thought I saw something on it,
Yeah,
but I didn't.
I saw that. And again, I feel like it, if and when she does step down, I feel like she's stepping down on her terms
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
because of what all these uh
Oh no, because
what
think
all
about it.
these cretins on the internet
Mhm.
think.
Dude,
Miscreants, ruffians.
imagine trying to take a like to be honest, if hypothetically thinking, which is not going to
Right.
happen, like if I was offered the job to take over and control Lucasfilm, I would never be on social media. I would try and get off as much as I possibly can
Yeah.
because it's it's frustrating because a
I
lot of
like
people who talk do not know how to make film or produce film.
here's my like I have so much respect for James Gunn,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like he does it too much. He engages social media too much.
Mm-hmm.
And like I like when he will debunk a rumor and just go like, "Yeah, this is garbage or this is fake." I
Mm-hmm.
like that, but I feel like
He
he's
plays
just
into it.
he does too like he interacts with trolls and just random people
Mm-hmm.
too much. Like you're
Yeah.
never gonna get for one thing, you're never gonna please everyone. You just
No,
aren't.
you're not
You're
going to.
never gonna please that, and no matter how good a movie is, no
Mm-hmm.
matter how universally praised or well received it is,
Mm-hmm.
there are always going to be people and critics, or there are always going to be dissenting
Mm-hmm.
voices. You're never going to
Yeah.
please anyone.
Yeah. Look at
And
season one of The Mandalorian. Not everybody liked it.
look at season
Season
one of
two, they didn't like it.
Peacemaker. Even
Yeah.
though Peacemaker was like this, blowaway hit and was
Yeah.
so successful for Warner Brothers and HBO Max,
Mm-hmm.
there were tons of people just complaining and ranting over like, oh, you ruined Zack Snyder, you ruined these characters, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is so dumb and all that. You're
Yeah.
never gonna please all, and I just think like look at Christopher Nolan. You don't see
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Nolan wasting his time with these people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan, for better or worse, he stands by his work, and I just
Mm-hmm.
think just focus on the work and let it speak for
Well,
itself.
that's the way I say too. It's like do the best story you possibly can,
Yeah.
produce the best film, and shoot the best film you possibly can, and what happens happens.
Because Frank, I mean, do these people on social do they even deserve answers at this point?
No, they don't. I don't give
I
them
don't think
answers.
it's like
That's why we do what we do. We
because
just
they're just
do what we do.
because it's just mob like behavior,
Hmm.
and then they'll create like hashtags like fire James Gunn and stuff like this,
Hmm.
like and like I'm willing to see what he and Peter
Hmm.
Safran do,
Yeah.
even though I don't agree with all the decisions
Yeah.
they've made so
Hmm.
far, but like you're never going to get anywhere just bantering with all these people on social media.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
just can't stand it.
It's true. I know. The older I'm getting, the more I'm kind of like, ugh.
I
I just,
hate it.
I don't. I'm
I'm
really don't.
almost 40. I can't stand it. I hate what it's done.
I just turned 48.
I
So
hate what it's done to
imagine what it's like
society.
to
I
turn.
hate what it's done to society.
Hmm.
I feel like
Well, that's
it's
the way I
made
feel.
everyone I feel like it's made everyone like just snarky and like lacking in compassion, and everyone's just so rude, and everyone just wants to be a jerk to each other, and I feel like Twitter and social media encourages that,
Yeah,
and that's what I don't like.
and that's the thing. It's there's no discussion anymore either.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of curious for tomorrow. what are what is this? What is everybody going to be talking about with the Mandalorian? For me, I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah,
It was a good start to the new season.
sure.
So I really can't judge it
Still,
on
still
anything else.
short, but yeah,
Yeah, it's a short episode though. I
it's
wish
like
it was a little longer.
I can't really like rate this. I can't even really
Hmm.
rate this episode because it was so short.
Me neither.
It
I
felt like
really can't.
it felt like half of an episode.
And a lot of setup. A lot of setup. It seems
So
like 3 acts in a setup
so
of this
yeah,
episode.
I want to wait. I'm gonna wait to give a rating until the end of
Mhm.
the season for
Yeah.
now.
Oh, that's fine. I'm perfectly good with that.
But I mean, I like most of what I saw, and I'm glad.
Hmm.
I'm glad we're back with these characters. I don't. That said, I don't know about bringing back IG-11, but we got to see how things play out a little bit.
Yeah. If it could even bring
But
back IG-11.
are we going to see do you think we're going to see who this season? Do you think that we're being gaslit here?
Who you know who as in
A former MMA fighter, not a former wrestler, not a former WWE
oh, I
superstar.
think by the end of the show you'll see her.
Really?
You'll see Gina
You
Carano back.
I don't I don't think we will, but it seems like they've left the door. I don't know how.
Hmm.
Other than if she were to somehow make some really big apologies or something, I don't know how she comes back because she's really gone. I don't even know what to say because I
Lunatic.
don't want to. What?
Well, you know what? It's like I say, like
Oh,
it's
Nerd Report
it's
is
it's
here. Thank you, Nerd
mhm,
Report.
mhm.
That
it's
episode
it's
was way too long.
it's like I always say, especially in the last couple of years, like I still think brainwashing is still very much a thing.
Oh yeah.
But uh, y- but like I say, like everybody has, there's always a way of coming back, and there's always a way of
Look at
doing things.
Evangeline Lilly and
Yeah, there's always a way of coming back, and you know what? Like as an actress, she has become a very good actress. So and the cast supposedly were all really cool with her.
Letitia
So
Wright for that matter.
yeah,
So
so that's why I say like I mean like I wouldn't it wouldn't shock me if we see her at the last couple episodes. That was the back end of this
I'm just saying
season.
they did kind of leave an opening, a
Hmm.
gracious diplomatic opening, but it would depend on her
Hmm.
and things she would have to do, but I don't know what the process is there.
Well,
And I don't
I
know
don't.
what her relationship is with Disney at this point, if
Well,
she even has one.
well, that's the one thing I don't know what that's like, and that was under the Chapek era. So who knows if
Maybe
things
she'll
changed?
talk with Bob Iger, and if maybe Bob Iger gets her in a room and sits her down, or sits her down with Kathleen Kennedy.
Mhm.
I don't know, but
Or
hey,
nothing.
it's not my decision. It's not up to me.
Well, for me, like I wouldn't mind seeing her back. As I mean,
Why?
she's a good actress. I think she's done very very
What's
well
ironic is before all that
because
blew
that's
up, people were not high on her
mhm.
acting in the first season.
Well, no, but I thought she was pretty good,
Sure,
and I thought she
I
brought
think
up.
I like her because let me re because she has an MMA background and like she brought like she that was like sort of incorporated into the character, like
Hmm.
her she has a physical presence,
Yeah, yeah.
because she's a legitimate fighter.
Hmm.
So I like
Which
that part of it.
which kind of fits her
She's
role.
intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which fits her role.
yeah. I
So
like
like
that
I said,
about that's what I liked about the character,
hmm
kind of thing.
yeah. So I mean,
All right, so I guess we'll be back next week for.
yes, it's already 102.
It's good to be back. I miss this,
I
Mike.
know
So thank you.
it's been a while. I mean, we're still gonna try and do this in person, like
At some point,
the day after the episode. But right now the podcast center has some issues, and we have to do some fixing before we could go in
sure.
there. So we'll probably do these uh for at least a little while longer until
But
we
yeah,
get to go
well,
back in.
yeah, but like, come back and join us
Yep.
for the Muse TV watch party.
Yeah, and eventually we'll be inside the studio with lighting and all this other nice stuff, and we'll be back. And it won't be two boxes. anymore. Because I don't know about you, I am so tired of Zoom. It is not even funny. I'm so
What about
tired of doing Zoom.
StreamYard?
StreamYard I like.
I like
Um,
StreamYard too.
and I like Riverside. I use that a lot. That was really good too.
No
Um,
one. What?
but I just want to what happened?
Oh, I was just looking at Nerd Report's comments. Well,
Which
thank you
one
for
was that?
commenting, Nerd Report.
Which
I
one?
don't know
This
if I want
new
to
one?
read it. Yeah.
Is there another one that I don't see?
No, it's just the one that just came up. Thank you for
Oh,
commenting, Nerd
I
Report.
just saw one. Yeah,
Anyway,
that's kind of true because you know how things are nowadays. Yeah, it
so
doesn't
yeah,
shock me. I mean, but that's the one thing. Like, I'm gonna like once we get back into the studio and we're back into a real set, then we're all cool. I think we're gonna be
nonetheless,
good.
I enjoyed
Mhm.
talking with you. It's always
Oh
you're
yeah,
you're a good
always.
guy, Mike. I have fun. I have fun here. Uh, you
Wait
know.
till the end of the month.
There'll be more. There'll be more fun to be
Yep,
had, and but I'm
exactly.
sure
This is
toward
the.
the end of the month it's going to be
Mhm.
crazy because WrestleMania season is going to be ramping up,
Yep.
and things are only going to get busier from here.
Hmm.
So,
And
uh,
unfortunately, since it's on a Wednesday, well, it may actually work out good because it seems like all the wrestling shows are March 30th or the 31st, and then SmackDown's on the 31st. Then WrestleMania is the first and second. So maybe it might work out that we get to do a show.
Franz Wagner. This
The show is whack.
is he?
The Last of Us nukes the show
Is he talking
MUSE
about the
TV.
Mandalorian?
Yeah, The Mandalorian.
Well, I mean, The Last of Us is a good show, and it's
Hmm.
probably going to get
Oh,
some.
it's a really good show.
And it's probably
I
going to get
really like
some. It's
The
probably
Last
going
of
to get
Us.
some big. It's probably going to get
Hmm.
some big award
Yep.
considerations. So good,
Yep.
but hey, good for Pedro Pascal, and
Hmm.
it looks like his star is only rising right now. You
Hmm.
know,
Yep. Because
Disney.
it's hard to compare the what the I don't know. To me, like The Last of Us is shot like
It's a
traditional television.
it's a dark, bleak post-apocalyptic drama.
Hmm.
It's
But also
really
too,
it's depressing and it's deadly serious. You know, it's a different type of
but it's
story.
hard. But it's the way it's shot and the way it's done and structured is
Mm,
different. I think the structure's different, and I
yeah.
think that's what works. 'Cause it's very Last of Us is very traditional in the sense of the way you know what to expect every week and what the time is, and they fit everything that needs to be
So it's
told
also
in that time.
adapting a video game, so they're following similar story beats as the game.
Well, that's part of it too, but it's the way each episode, you know how long each episode's gonna be. They come and they tell that what that story needs to be in that episode. Where this is like, to me, it feels like it's one complete shot and it's cut up
The
two different
plume
times.
makes Mandalorian look small. What is the plume? The volume?
The
Oh, the
volume,
volume, the
the
set.
volume, yeah.
Thank you, Franz, for clarifying.
Hmm.
Mando is over before it start. All the set are tiny.
Hmm.
Uh,
It's this.
well, I
It's
think I think one
depends where
thing
you
that
go.
I think one thing I really liked about Andor, and I think you would agree, was that they clearly push the scope of that show much further in the set, and they used more location, more practical sets, more location exteriors for the production, and it really showed. The
Mhm.
production values were a lot higher. And it really worked for that show.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and I really do think like if the show was traditionally shot, traditionally released, the way it is, maybe it'd come over across
Yeah, but
differently.
The
But
Last of Us, like The Last of Us, is a more grounded, like grittier type of setting.
well, even then,
This is like fantasy. This is like space fantasy.
even then, I mean, we take that all aside. It's the way it's delivered and packaged every week. I think that's That's the thing. It's the way it's delivered and
Uh,
packaged. Everything.
you know,
I mean,
look,
for some people are
to
going to be
me,
fine with
it's
it. Some people aren't.
look. I don't. I mean, look. I like The Last of Us
Hmm.
and everything, but it's a different. It's a different type of show. It's like
But The Last of Us is gonna it's gonna be compared because of who
Franz. What about
leads.
Franz? What about Andor? Have you seen Andor? Have you seen the sets on that show? I thought they were pretty good.
And that's the thing. It's like I think I th- to me it just feels like take all
Mm.
that space and everything. A traditional show in a traditional format, the way it's produced, the where the production value is, it's gonna resonate easier and more to others than other people. For me,
Yeah,
this episode of Mandalorian was to me it was just too short
yeah.
for
That
what it
was
is.
that was my problem more so than the sets or any.
Yeah, yeah,
The Last of Us and Mandalorian have the same plot. I mean,
in a way.
it's not like The Last of Us had the most original. It's kind of like a lone wolf and cub situation.
Yeah,
So technically, The Last of Us is kind of ripping off the lone wolf and cub kind of scenario if you think about it.
yeah. But also too, like,
Not every episode. Not every episode. Go look back at the first three episodes, Franz.
yeah,
Andor is okay. I don't care about Cassian Andor. Andor should have Andor sit. I mean they did in the second season. They did do some location shooting
mm-hmm.
in the second season. But the budgeting, the set design, the location shooting, are they using the volume or not? Those are not my
Mm-hmm.
decisions. That's up to Lucasfilm. So,
Yeah.
I think we can wrap it up tonight, though, unless anyone has anything else. Mike, have
Yeah,
anything else to add?
I am over done. Like we got a busy week. We got the
Yeah,
rest of the week. I have the rest of the week to get
so
ready
do I.
for. So there we go. But
So for me, you can check me out on Twitter at Wheeljack83. You can check out my movie reviews and interviews. You can go to 411mania.com. I am tomato meter approved, so you can check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. Jeffrey Harris, tomato meter approved critic. Also, uh, what else? I also some of my features are on Collider if you want to check that out as well. But also follow Muse TV on YouTube and Twitter as well. Mike works very hard. He's great at what he does, and he uh, deserves your recognition. Please
well, and
give
we're
some
trying to,
recognition to Mike
and
and
we're
Muse.
making changes so I could take a little more of a backseat and be able to do more instead of me
And
running some
thank
of
you,
his
and
shows.
thank you to the sponsor, Tascam, right?
Yeah, Tascam will be doing a lot of sponsorship, a lot of work with us in the future. We got a lot more equipment coming from them, so thank you so much for Tascam for just being there for us. Really appreciate it. But also too, if you want to check out Muse TV, we're on Amazon Fire TV as well. In addition, we're on Roku as well, so you can check us out there. We have shows. We actually got shows in development right now that we're in production with right now. We wanted to release them out last in January, but we want to deliver a good product. And we're not going to put shows out just to put shows out. So we're taking our time in the production of the shows, and they should be releasing soon. And you can follow us, and we'll definitely announce them on any of the live streams, what day, time they're going to be released. Mostly day, because it is going to be on our streaming platform. So stay tuned to that. And thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us again, and we look forward to seeing you next week, 11 p.m. Right here on the YouTube Muse TV YouTube channel. And Jeffrey will be waiting for
Everyone
March
loves the
30th
acclaimed.
in order to go watch. Oh, that's tomorrow. I forgot tomorrow's AEW. So he's getting ready for wrestling for tomorrow. But we'll
Yes.
see you next time
Thank you,
here
everyone.
on Muse TV.
Bye.